Hey, what's poppin', everybody? What an awful night of just horrible primetime games. Really outside of the Chargers-Chiefs game, we've just had, horrible, honestly, primetime games to start the season. Blowouts in both games. The Eagles blew out the Vikings. Darius Slay absolutely locked up Justin Jefferson to blow up the perfect five slip from Sunday. And the Titans just got dismantled by the Bills. Absolutely insane. I'm going to mention that I think it's kind of crazy that Josh Allen threw a pick in the end zone under 2 minutes, so the Titans couldn't review it. And the guys upstairs and the refs didn't even review that pick in the end zone. If you guys watched the game, they were in the red zone. The Bills were in the red zone with under 2 minutes to go. Josh Allen rolls out to the left, throws a ball to the inside pylon on the left side, and everyone thought someone picked it off, but then they waved it off on the field. But they didn't even review it. And then on the replay, he got both feet down and caught it and maintained possession. But they didn't even review it, which is wild. I've seen them under 2 minutes review less than that. So that absolutely changed everything, because then they scored after that. Then they scored again, then they scored again, and scored again. If the Titans could have got the ball back down 3 right before half, and then they got ball at half, that would have changed everything. But, I just thought it was very interesting that they didn't even review it at all. They didn't even take a shot to look at it. Just thought that was interesting. Recapping yesterday, Jalen Hurts did absolutely have a monster day. I think he had 330 total yards, so he went way over in his total yards. Kyle Phillips saw 1 target and was on the field not at all. I don't know what happened to Kyle Phillips. I know he had a little injury going on before the game, but he didn't even touch the field. So we're going from 9 targets to 1 is kind of crazy. I didn't see that coming at all. Josh Allen had 4 touchdowns, so he went way over in his total touchdowns. And then Justin Jefferson, like I said, got locked up by Darius Slay, bro. Darius Slay put on the clamps on him yesterday. It was pretty crazy. I'm going to throw this parlay up right here. I did a same game parlay yesterday, and it was for Josh Allen 3 touchdowns, Isaiah McKenzie over in his receiving yards, and Ryan Tannehill to throw 170 yards. It was a $5 bet for a $333 payout, and Ryan Tannehill got benched after he threw the pick 6, and I was so mad. He just needed he was at 112 yards. We had 50-something yards to go, and I was like, dude, are you kidding me? And then, I was pretty upset about that yesterday. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? I just threw this together for fun, but definitely had a shot at it, and then they benched Ryan Tannehill. So that's disappointing, but I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of just we need some hits, man. We need to start hitting a whole lot of green. Been at it for a while this morning, trying to really pick out the best picks for today. Of course, we got MLB today, so I'm gonna try to change the culture around here. I'm tired of just missing by 1, missing by 2. We're gonna absolutely start turning it up here, and we're gonna start getting these picks right, and we're gonna start nailing these player props, man. So let's get right into it. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, in the link down in the description below, I have a link that takes you straight to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy, because you're going to want to hop in on the action this year. They have added a whole bunch of new features to Underdog Fantasy this year, starting with the brand new insurance feature, okay? This insurance feature is a new thing that has been super requested for the fans and the customers of Underdog Fantasy. Essentially, all you do is you click insurance right here, and if you can see right there, all you have to do is hit 4 of these picks to win, but the value does drop down. So if you turn off the insurance, you do a $10 bet, you obviously get $200. And if you turn on the insurance feature, it drops down a multiplier down to 10. But if you miss one of these picks, say Jameis Winston gets hurt or something, he doesn't end up throwing 2 touchdown passes. But everybody else hits, like Lamar, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, and Justin Jefferson. All these guys hit. You still hit the slip. You just get it for $100. It just goes down a multiplier, which is a huge feature a lot of people have been asking for, so they received it. Also, they have added second half lines now to games. Obviously, it is on. There is nothing up because there's no NFL second half games, but they have added NFL second half. So just like for the Thursday night game, I'll throw up that clip right here. Thursday night, they dropped all the second half lines for that Thursday night game between the Bills and the Rams. They've added a bunch of new features this year. They're trying to improve to get the app better for you guys. Also, when you sign up, if you use code TAKEMYSHOT, you'll get $100 match, up to $100 match, and 100% deposit match on your first time deposit. So if you do that, you can deposit $50 to get an extra $50, $20 to get an extra $20. Whole lot of stuff coming with Underdog Fantasy this year. Make sure you sign up with code TAKEMYSHOT. Now let's get to today's bets. All right, let's get right into it, man. The lock of the day today is going to be coming from the San Diego St. Louis game. Give me Mike Clevenger under 3.5 strikeouts here today. Starting pitchers versus the St. Louis Cardinals are averaging only 2.6 strikeouts for the last 5 starting pitchers, okay? Taking out Hunter Green. Hunter Green torched him for 11, which was his season best. So I'm going to take out that random outlier that Hunter Green had a massive game, because that 11 obviously would juice the heck out of that. But the average outside of that Hunter Green game sitting at 2.6. In 3 September starts here too for Mike on the month here. He's only sitting at a 3.3 average, so it's not enough to round it up. You'd have to round it down there. So he's averaging only about 3 strikeouts in 3 starts to start the month. In his last 10 starts, his average is exactly the same too. He's averaging 3.3 strikeouts per game in his last 10 starts, going over in 4 out of 10, so going under in 6 out of his last 10 games. Today he's taking on the St. Louis Cardinals, who are the 5th least strikeout team in the season. And recently they have not been allowing a whole lot of strikeouts either by starting pitchers. So I'm liking that mixture of St. Louis not allowing a lot lately, and Mike really not striking out that much recently in his last 10 or so strikeouts, or 10 or so matchups. So give me Mike Clevenger under 3.5 strikeouts today versus the Cardinals. Next up, we're going to go with the Rockies pitcher. Give us Kyle Freeland today, over 4.5 strikeouts today versus the Giants. The Giants, unlike the Cardinals, are absolutely getting torched recently by their last 7 starting pitchers. The last 7 starting pitchers are averaging 6.5 strikeouts per game. Of course, that's 0.5, so we'll round it up to 7 strikeouts per game versus the Giants in the last 7 games for starting pitchers. Kyle Freeland has taken on the Giants twice this year. He had 5 strikeouts and 8 strikeouts, so he hit the over in both of those games. He's gone over in 2 straight games, and he's gone over in 3 of the last 5. So recently, he's been having a whole lot of success. The Giants have been getting struck out like crazy. The last 7 pitchers go as 6 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, 4 strikeouts, 7, 4, and 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the last 7 guys went over on that 4.5 strikeout total. So I'm really liking this combination of Kyle Freeland taking on a Giants team that's getting struck out a lot right now as our second play of the day today. All right, the last play. You guys know I don't really like to mess with hitters, and especially bases, unless it's Aaron Judge. Ronald Acuna Jr. today, over 1.5 bases. He's taking on Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin has kind of been a laughing stock through the entire season. A lot of people like to take his under. A lot of people like to bet against Patrick Corbin when he plays. Ronald, aside from his 286 average that he has versus Patrick Corbin, he has 32 career plate appearances versus Patrick Corbin, and he's sitting at a .286 average batting is Ronald Acuna versus Patrick. He has gone for 2 bases in 8 out of 16 games on the month. He's played 16 games in the month of September. So out of 16 games, half of the games he's gone for at least 2 bases, and he's actually on a 3-game double streak. So he's hit a double in 3 straight games, has Ronald. And he's taking on Patrick Corbin in the Nationals today. On the season, he has not played well versus the Nationals as a whole, playing against all of their pitchers. But his success against Patrick Corbin, and his combination with his recent success, has me believing in him a lot more today. Austin Riley is the one that is having a lot of success versus the Nationals this year. He's batting like .318, but it's either like home run or bust for Austin Riley. So I went back and forth between Austin Riley and Ronald Acuna, and I decided to go with Ronald Acuna just because he's batting better right now. In the month of September, Austin Riley's actually only batting 200 right now. So Ronald is hotter right now than Austin. So I'm going to take Ronald Acuna versus Patrick Corbin today over 1.5 bases. All right, so that means today's lock of the day will be our perfect 3 slip. Starting with the lock of the day is Mike Clevenger under 3.5 strikeouts. Give me Kyle Freeland over 4.5 strikeouts, and give me Ronald Acuna Jr. over 1.5 bases today versus Patrick Corbin and the Nationals for our perfect 3 slip today. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Like I said, completely going to try to rebrand, not necessarily rebrand, but just rethink this player prop process. I get a lot more right than I do get wrong, but at the end of the day, we need to get all of them right. Because we can't miss one. If we miss one, but we get 4 right, it doesn't matter at the end of the day because we don't win any money. So I need to start really picking and prodding through all these games and trying to find the best plays of the day. So that's what I think I did here today. I think I did a pretty good job at picking all the games today that I thought had the best probabilities of hitting overs or unders. Gotta try to pick it up big time for you guys, especially coming into basketball season. I know basketball season's I have a lot more success in basketball. It's the one I like to bet on the most. I think it's the best one in general to bet on, but still gonna try to finish out baseball strong before we get to basketball, and then of course having some decent success with football, but we'll try to be better with football as well. But that being said, guys, I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.